Hey, what's up guys, Thomas Roger here. In today's video is episode 18 of the Road Subtract, and as you guys can see that I have subtracted my hair today. And yeah, you know, as it's the weekend once again, and also another episode of the Road Subtracts, and let's get straight in with the video. So firstly guys, that Ed posted on his Instagram story earlier on this week that thank you for enjoying F64 and more to come, like more music to come. Which I cannot wait for, and it is potentially Subtracts maybe that he is teasing me in his Instagram story and also on his YouTube community post as well. You know, like saying thanks for listening to F64 and yeah, pretty much, and more music to come, which yeah, I cannot wait for, and it's most likely Subtracts potential songs, like maybe potentially that we're going to get a Subtracts announcement or another song announcement. I'm not too sure, guys. I'm not too sure which. Could be very, very soon. I'm not entirely too sure. Next is the SBTV behind the scenes of F64. In the title of that video on the behind the scenes of F64, it says "Letter to Jam." Could that potentially be the official song name? Because if F64 is a rap series on SBTV that Jamal Edwards came up with, Fresh 64. So it is on Spotify's F64 as well for Letter to Jam. I do think that could be the potential official song name of that F64 that Ed did a tribute to Jamal, which is still so emotional, pretty much. Yep. Also, could potentially Letter to Jam be on Subtracts, that song, that tribute to Jamal? I do think so. I don't know. If not, if it isn't on the official track listing, I do think it could potentially be on a special edition. Like, for example, Afterglow was on the Japanese version of Equals. So potentially could Letter to Jam be on the Japanese edition of Subtracts or the French edition of Subtracts? I don't know, guys, but you know me, I just always theorize and speculate, you know. Yeah. But yeah, we know it's going to be an emotional album. It's going to be an emotional listen. Subtracts, the first edition of Subtracts. That's what I'm going to focus on at the moment. Of course, we could potentially get a second version of Subtracts. I'm not too sure when the other songs of Subtracts that Ed recorded. But the main Subtracts we're getting is the songs that Ed wrote early 2022, all about, well, most of it is about grief and dealing with it, I'd say, yeah. Like Ed poured his heart them few weeks of 2022, yeah, which we're not ready to listen to. So yeah. Like, I'm not too sure when Subtracts could be released now because, you know, we've got F64. Also, Ed's Instagram posts aren't 64 posts anymore. It is 66 posts. So maybe, because of course Ed said that Subtracts are going to come around New Zealand and Australia, and also the first date of the proper New Zealand stadium show is on the Thursday, the 2nd of February. So maybe something before there. I'm not too sure, guys. I'm not too sure, like an announcement or something, like Subtracts on Ed's birthday or something. That would be crazy. And also the intimate warm-up shows in Wellington, that we didn't get no Subtract songs, sadly. All we got was Celestial, pretty much the new song that Ed performed, as we've already heard Celestial back in September. But you know, Celestial sounds so good live, like, yes. But you know, my clowning theories thought, oh, maybe imagine if Ed played Subtract songs, but he didn't. But it's okay. It's okay, pretty much. Yeah. And also, guys, LHQ posted the Opera House Wellington intimate show photos and not Ed on today's photos. So does that make you wonder that could we get another song announcement very soon, or a Subtracts announcement very soon? As you know, like I said earlier, that there's 66 posts now, and it's literally in like a line, like literally just the one photo from Ed being back on stage, and then the behind the scenes of F64 Letter to Jam, and then the pinned post of F64 Letter to Jam, the full video on his Instagram. So potentially, could we get like I'm just gonna clown here, guys. Literally, imagine if we get like a yellow, and then Subtracts, and then another yellow. Like literally, the album like yellow, Subtracts, the cover of Subtracts, and then yellow. That would be amazing, guys. Like literally, lay a crazy layout for Subtracts. I'd love that so much. Like yes, yeah, I would love that so much. Like the layout on Ed's Instagram, which would be really good to see. I think that would be amazing promo for Subtracts, like surprise release or a surprise announcement Subtracts. Yeah. I think that's it in this video of the Road to Subtracts episode 18. Nothing much in this video, as yeah, we're just clowning like usual. If I made a theory guess of when Ed could release Subtracts, potentially his birthday now, the 17th of February. Ed's 32nd birthday is the original date that I thought of Subtracts. Yeah, and also when Ed feels ready to release Subtracts, whenever Ed feels comfortable of releasing this album, as I do think Subtracts is going to be the most deepest album in his entire discography, the most emotional album in his discography. Oh, and of course there isn't going to be no bop songs. There's no songs like Shape of You, Bad Habits, Shivers, Sing. There's no, potentially F64 Letter to Jam could have been the first single from Subtracts. We don't know, guys. We do not know. Or it could be a promotional single. We don't know, but I'm not too sure. Or Letter to Jam, F64 could be just that one-off song that, you know, just like with Afterglow was a one-off song, and then eventually it became on the tour edition of Equals, and then on the physical Japanese edition of Equals, which is crazy, yes. So we will all find out soon. I do think very, very soon we are going to get Subtracts information, official Subtracts news, that if Letter to Jam is going to be on Subtracts, and then the entire track listing, which I cannot wait for, but not ready to hear the album in full. And yeah, and if you guys enjoyed this video of episode 18 of the Road Subtracts, well, episode 18. I've been doing this since October the 1st, and we're almost in February now, guys. Yeah. And if you guys enjoyed this video of episode 18 of the Road Subtracts, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in another video. Peace.